Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. My name is Alex, and in this video I'll tell you about a YouTuber who got sentenced to life in prison after he ended the life of another person in a very gruesome way. U.S. military opens to escorting Philippine ships in the South China Sea. 6 people are no longer alive in Thailand after drinking bootleg liquor, and the BI deports a Japanese fugitive back to Japan, plus much more. I want to start this off by thanking everyone that joined me in the live stream yesterday. I want to thank all you guys for asking questions, participating, and of course donating to the channel. Much appreciated. That wasn't really planned out, and it was like a last minute kind of thing, so thank you guys all for joining, and next time I'll be sure to give a little bit more notice. Whoever wants to join can go ahead and do that. Starting off with a note to myself: stop taking naps in the afternoon and stop recording these videos right after the nap, because I'm kind of like discombobulated. I can't even say the word, but that's exactly how I feel though. Beginning with the peso to USD exchange rate, 1 USD equal to 56.25 pesos. Let's jump into our main story. A court in Thailand has found Daniel Sancho Brancalo, a member of famous Spanish acting family and a YouTube chef, guilty of premeditated homicide and sentenced him to life in prison in a lurid case that has gripped Spain. The 30-year-old has convicted of homicide of Edwin Arrieta Arteaga, a 44-year-old plastic surgeon from Colombia, when both were vacationing on the Thai holiday island of Koh Phangan on August 2023. The case has generated enormous interest in Spain because the defendant's father, Rodolfo Sancho, is a well-known actor, and scores of Spanish reports have flown in for the trial. At his trial on the island of Samui, Sancho claimed he got into a fight after Arrieta allegedly tried to make sexual advancements towards him. He said Arrieta fell as they scuffed and hit his head on a bathtub, losing consciousness and then passing away. Sancho acknowledged dismembering the victim and disposing all the parts all around the land and the sea in Koh Phangan Island. The Koh Samui Provincial Court issued an initial sentence of ending his life of Sancho, but in its ruling commuted it to a life imprisonment due to his cooperation during the trial, according to the police. A lawyer for the victim's family said that they were happy with the outcome. I quote, "The plaintiff satisfied with the sentence because he will be put in prison for the rest of his life and they receive some financial compensation." A very sad story, of course, for the loss of life, and for this person who wasted everything he had from coming because he's 30, young, from a good family. But sometimes you can't make any sense of people's actions at all. Next up, the U.S. military has indicated it is open to the idea of escorting Philippine ships in the contested South China Sea. This comes as tensions between China and the Philippines increase with frequent confrontation between their vessels. The possibility of the U.S. involvement stems from a 1951 mutual defense treaty between the U.S. and the Philippines, which could be invoked if Filipino forces are attacked. However, the Philippines military, led by General Romeo Brawner Jr., emphasizes self-reliance first and has yet to seek U.S. military assistance. The ongoing tension includes incidents like the recent blockage by Chinese ships of the Philippines resupply mission of Sabina Shoal. The Philippines and China blame each other for these confrontations, while the U.S. has reaffirmed its commitment to defend the Philippines if needed. These kind of things seem to be happening on a regular basis now. I only brought this one up because now the U.S. is looking to possibly actually escort Philippines ships to resupply, and I'm wondering what would happen in that case if the Chinese vessels still tried to ram into the U.S. ships. At that point, I think we're going to have a much bigger problem than just the Philippines and China. And then the Bureau of Immigration Philippines said it poised to deport a Japanese national wanted by authorities in Tokyo for fraud and money laundering. Immigration Commissioner Norman Tansinko said 37-year-old Hiroyuki Kawasaki was arrested last August 14th at the Aquino International Airport while he was about to board the Philippines Airlines flight to Singapore. Tansinko said Kawasaki registered a positive hit on the BI's Interpol derogatory check system while being processed by immigration officers, which prompted the latter to refer him to his supervisor for further inspection. The BI supervisor then verified the passenger's identity with the Bureau of Interpol unit, which confirmed that he and the person were the same person and the subject of a red notice. The Japanese government had reportedly sought his arrest and deportation based on charges of falsification of official documents and financial fraud. Citing information obtained from Interpol Manila, Tansinko said Kawasaki was accused of falsifying the electronic records and notarizing deeds which he and his cohorts used to defraud several Japanese companies of their bank deposit. The shell companies were allegedly used as vehicles to launder the funds that Kawasaki and his accomplices illegally withdrew from the bank accounts of the victims. Another undesirable alien kicked out of the Philippines. I'm hoping I never end up on that list. I hope you guys never see my picture anywhere on this website of the press release or anywhere on YouTube. I hope I'm coming to you guys voluntarily. Next up, let's head on over to Thailand. At least 6 people have lost their lives after drinking bootleg liquor. 20 have been hospitalized in Thailand after drinking methanol-laced bootleg alcohol, authorities said on Wednesday. This happened mainly in Klong Sam-Wa district on the northeastern edge of Bangkok, where authorities found 19 illegal roadside alcohol stands. 6 people have passed away at the hospital and 22 were in critical condition on Wednesday morning. The predominantly Buddhist Thailand has strict alcohol laws restricting liquor sales to certain hours of the day and banning them on religious holidays, but critics say the rules drive a thriving black market for cheap alcohol. I'm not saying that Buddhism and Thailand government is the cause of this stuff, but of course people, if they want something like alcohol, which can be an addiction, if they can't access and get it at 7-Eleven or any liquor store because of a holiday or past certain hours, they're going to look for other avenues. And this seems to be one of those situations where somebody went and got some alcohol when there was none available. Staying in Thailand, a Thai nurse heroically saves elderly man during Chiang Mai Marathon. During a half marathon in Chiang Mai on August 25th, Pakasam Pasuri, a nurse from Pet Park Hospital, heroically saved the elderly man who had collapsed and lost his pulse. Despite being tired from running, she chased after a rescue vehicle, found the man, and performed CPR tirelessly until he regained his pulse. And after the man was rescued, she continued on to finish the marathon. And she said that she felt a great sense of accomplishment. I would too if I just saved someone's life. Luckily for this man, she was a trained nurse and a good athlete. Apparently, I love to see stories like this. Now it's time for a segment, Yesterday Today, where I read some of the most popular comments regarding our previous video. Jose Folieri says, when the Thai gentleman got into that kickboxing stance, you know he means business. Yeah, 100%. When someone takes up like a martial arts stance, you don't want to mess with them. They know something you don't. Slim Jim says, thanks Alex, please keep up the great comedy coming daily from the Philippines. It is way better than watching reruns of Seinfeld. I think the comedy, I don't know what that's referring to specifically, but I was never a big fan of Seinfeld, so I think the bar is pretty low, for me at least, to try to be funny or any stories I cover. Anyways, that brings us to the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed it, take a second out of your day, click the subscribe button if you haven't yet, hit the like button as well so we can go ahead and spread this video to some more new viewers. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Spanish chef Daniel Sancho Bronchalo was transferred on Monday to Koh Samui Island in Thailand, where Bronchalo is the son of renowned 48-year-old Spanish actor Rodolfo Sancho.
แต่เมียนเนี่ยก็มีพฤติกรรมปกปิดความจริงนะครับในเรื่องของสถานที่พักนะครับมีการไปเปิดที่พัก
菲律宾渔业与水产资源局公务船不顾中方的坚决反对和一再劝阻，执意侵闯中国南沙群岛仙宾礁附近海域，并以危险的方式故意冲撞现场执法的中方海警船，造成双方船只发生碰撞的责任完全在菲方。中国海警依据国内